Hello. 7 ways to build confidence. So, the first way you can build a lot of confidence is through building up your physique, male or female. When you're carrying around, when you're building muscle, your body is fulfilling its genetic potential. It's your, everyone has a genetic potential. Everyone has a way will look if they lift weights, but they can only access that if they actually build the muscle. So what you'll find is that it's quite a desirable trait to have muscle. It's something that is prestigious. People look up to it. Although society is trying to make you think that this is completely irrelevant nowadays, it's actually simply not the case. So building muscle is, if you can build a good physique, you're gonna feel more confident. You're gonna walk with more confidence. You're gonna feel better about yourself, and also the amount of discipline and dedication it takes to actually build that muscle in of itself is something that will allow you to have more confidence. The next one is to learn how to be okay when you're being okay alone. So a lot of people are always filling their day up with things. They're constantly on social media, they're constantly doing this, constantly doing that, but they've never actually took the time to just sit with themselves. And it's very important, especially as a man, to have that introspection, because it allows you essentially to see what's the next step. What's the next thing you need to do in order to kind of start moving forward in a positive way in your life. So being able to be alone, being happy to be alone, not needing a person with you, not needing to share every experience with someone else. You always get that one friend in school that you go to let's say they need to go speak to their teacher, and they ask you, oh, can you come with me? But then you end up just standing behind them, just because they didn't want to go on their own. You don't want to be that person. You want to have that confidence within yourself. And the way you get that is through self-discovery. It's through internal introspection. It's through being, undoing all of the things that make you uncomfortable with yourself, so that when you are alone, you're your own best friend. That's the point you want to get to, where you can be your own best friend, in a sense where you're quite happy to spend time alone. It's not something that's difficult for you. And yeah, that's a massively powerful thing in terms of confidence, because what it does is it creates a non-needy effect. You don't need anything from that person, and thus, the hungry don't get fed. So the more you chase something, the more it runs away from you. So having that trait is great. Semen retention, no fat. Everyone knows the benefits of that. But mainly the eye contact. You're going to have a different aura. You're going to have a better eye contact. You're going to have better energy. The reason that eye contact is a thing is because of the shame element. When you're watching porn and masturbating, it's a shameful act, and shame is associated with the eyes. So people don't, you find it much more difficult to hold eye contact. You might find yourself looking left to right, or not being able to look someone dead in the eye, because you know what they say, the eyes are the gateway to the soul. So if you can do no fap and semen retention, your eye contact will improve, because you don't have anything shameful. Unless there is something else, but you don't have anything shameful you're carrying around with you. And thus, as a result, you're able to just hold eye contact much better in many situations, which shows that you have a lot of confidence. Accomplishments equal confidence, right? In life, you're going to find that the more you accomplish, the more confident you are. So if you're trying a sport you've never done before, you're not going to feel confident. You're not going to rock up to that gym thinking, I'm the shit. You're going to think, oh my God, everyone else is better than me, or you're going to feel intimidated, but you're going to feel intimidated or overwhelmed by the environment, because you haven't acquired any accomplishments in that sport or thing, whatever it may be. Accomplishments come through experience. The more you do something, the more you try and have trial and error, the more you actually start winning, start making progress. You start gaining those accomplishments. And as a result, you have confidence. So if you've been training in the gym for 3 years, you think you're going to walk in the gym and be nervous. No, because you've done every exercise. You've lifted the weights many times. You've got the experience. You know that you've got the accomplishments. So you don't feel that sense of lacking of confidence. But confidence is often very situational, in the sense that if you've got a lot of accomplishments maybe in your work, you feel really confident there, then you go to a different environment and you lose that confidence, it's because in that specific environment you felt confident because you could do the thing you wanted to do. And that's the thing. If there's something in your life that you're not confident in, it may just be a case that you haven't acquired enough accomplishments. You haven't had enough trial and error. You haven't failed enough times to learn and become competent at something. Next one would be strong sense of purpose and meaning. So having a strong purpose and meaning is not like, a purpose is different to kind of just being busy. Like people think having purpose is being busy, being here, being there. That's not what purpose is. Purpose is a much deeper rooted desire in which you are pulled towards a goal that isn't a goal of the mind. It's not something you've been told by society to do. It's not a new trend on TikTok. A purpose and meaning is not from you. It comes from a deeper place, and it's something that you're called towards doing almost every single day. And when you're focused on your purpose and you have a strong purpose, it almost puts everything else on the back burner. So having that makes you care less about what people think, because you're doing your thing, you're doing your purpose. You know, this is the thing that's important to you. This is what, as a man especially, like you're gaining, this is what gives you the most gain in your life. This is what gives you the most fulfillment. And as a result, the most confidence. You know, when you walk into a room, people can sense that you're a man on a mission. You know, when you're walking down the street, it's good that you're trying to get to a place at a speed. You know, it's actually an attractive trait to walk faster, because it shows that you're purposeful. It shows that you've got somewhere to be at a certain time, rather than a more lost kind of walk. Very purpose driven, directed is an attractive trait. But in terms of building confidence, so having a strong purpose will give you that confidence in yourself, because it's almost a sense of like, you know who you are, like you know what you want, you're grounded in yourself, like you have that purpose, right? And most men these days lack that. What they have is pleasure. What they have is distractions, alcohol, drugs, porn, sex, you name it. These are things that men have that they think somehow that this is cool, but in actuality it's completely void. It's voidful, it's vaporous. Like there's literally no deeper fulfillment that comes from these actions. You want to find an action in your life that actually brings a sense of long-lasting fulfillment. Next one will be grooming, self-care, hygiene. So haircuts, cutting your nails, taking care of your skin. These things, if you walk into a room and you're missing these things, like you haven't clipped your nails in 5 years, potentially you might feel self-conscious. Like you might not feel as confident because you've got this ugly thing you're carrying around. It's about just making yourself look the most presentable and the best and the cleanest you can be. It goes a long way, not just for other people, but for yourself. Like when you're groomed, you're going to feel good, and you're going to want to put yourself out in the world because you know that you look good and you look well, you look healthy, you smell good. It kind of encourages you to actually put yourself out there because you know what you have to offer is it's pleasant. People don't want to be around someone that smells or has like yellow in their teeth or something along that. Like people don't, or have bad breath. People don't want, it's just not a nice thing. You want to make people's experience of you pleasant, not unpleasant, so knowing that you're a pleasant person, you bring a pleasant experience, in a result will make you more confident because you nothing is holding you back. Now that's actually the point I wanted to make. Confidence is the perception that nothing holds you back. Whenever you perceive something's holding you back, that's where you lack confidence. So when you perceive nothing holds you back in the sense of hygiene, you're going to be much more confident. Next one is talk to someone new every day. Like this ties in with the accomplishments. Like if you talk to someone new every day, you're going to get more used to talking to people, and you're going to realize it's not that difficult. It's not that complicated. It's just about being in a positive state. No one will ever say no to a happy person. No one will ever be rude to, or if they do, it's very unlikely that someone will be rude to a joyful, friendly, smiley, positive person. So it's about getting into that state on a daily basis and then using it to your advantage. So taking that opportunity to talk to that person, doesn't matter who it is, even if it's just a little comment, it doesn't matter. But it's the fact you're engaging with someone you don't know, builds that confidence because it's new, it's different. It stimulates the senses. And finally would be steroid hormones, right? So testosterone, dihydrotestosterone, the androgens, all the downstream steroid hormones. I know it's confusing for most people, but basically your testosterone levels, like when you're running off high cortisol, you've got high estrogen, high prolactin and things like that, and serotonin, your whole body is going to be shut down. It's going to be reacting. It's not going to feel relaxed in environments. It's going to feel intimidated because it's in a fight or flight state. What you want to put yourself into is where your testosterone is higher, DHT is higher, because it will calm you down. It's very calming, grounding. And this is the masculine energy. It's calm, it's grounded. So making sure you're optimizing your hormones, making sure that you're not having an estrogen-filled lifestyle. You're getting rid of estrogens, you're optimizing your hormones and taking care of them. It's going to make you, in of itself, more confident. Even the hormones such as DHT, just increasing your DHT will make you feel more confident. Just increasing your testosterone will make you genuinely just feel a sense of confidence. It's sort of unexplained. It's not, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is improve your hormonal profile, and as a result you will feel more confident. The same way a girl in her period, when she has estrogen flood her body, all of a sudden she wants to do different things than she did when her cycle was different. It's the same principle for men. It's just that men need our hormones. It's just dependent on our metabolic health. If we improve our health, then our hormones will function better. So there's some simple ways to increase your confidence. Give them a try. Like the video, subscribe, and